Hi, so back for another Skyrim play. Hoping to get us at least to um, River Run. I'm really bad with some of the name locations, but the first settlement that you'll typically get to um, in Skyrim, and maybe pick up at least a couple of the little quests in the area. Hopefully show you a little bit of the crafting stuff and that sort of stuff. So, yay, the loading screen. So, this will be the first, real overworld piece. And another loading screen, of course. First bit of overworld that you'll get is coming out this little cave. And you can get mods that'll change up the opening, give you alternate starts, that sort of thing, which a lot of folks like to do after they've played through a couple of times, or at least played the beginning a couple of times, and they just want to start a different dynamic. And those mods will have ways to pick up the main quest. They'll generally have some sort of indicator to send you to Helgan, which will then trigger into the main quest line, where you then report it. So we can... there's the dragon flying off. Yeah.
Looks like he's gone for good this time. But I don't think we should stick around to see if he comes back. Closest town from here is Riverwood.
Riverwood.
My uncle's the blacksmith.
My name's
I'm sure he'd help you out. It's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
Or you can just follow him, which is fine. Doesn't mean that you'll probably miss out on some of the... Ooh, there's this stuff, these little plants.
You should go to Solitude and join up with the Imperial Legion. We could really use someone like you. And if the rebels have themselves a dragon, General Tullius is the only one who can stop them.
See, I think that the dragon is with the storm cloaks, right? So there's lots of these little flowers everywhere. I really think I need to adjust the look sensitivity. Let's see. So there's just so many of these flowers and such. It's funny, I think he's saying that you should go off on your own, but yet he seems to be stopping.
See that ruin up there? Bleak Falls Barrow. When I was a boy, that place always used to give me nightmares. Draugr creeping down the mountain to climb through my window at night. That kind of thing. I admit, I still don't much like the look of it.
So you'll get used to, if you collect alchemical ingredients, if that's part of your thing, the first set of standing stones that you'll encounter.
These are the Guardian Stones. 3 of the 13 ancient standing stones that dot Skyrim's landscape. Go ahead and see for yourself.
So these first 3, Thief Stone, the Mage Stone, and the Warrior Stone, these can give you boost to your XP gains for specific skills. So the stealth skills, and there's, I think, archery is under that. I think alchemy might be. Your magic skills. And I kind of really want to boost my illusion, so I'm going to go ahead and select the Mage Stone, because if I'm going to do a sneaky illusion, thief, assassin, there's going to be times that I'm going to want to use very specific illusion spells to, you know, sort of, you know, get folks to be friendly or send them off to fighting each other, that sort of thing.
Well, to each his own. It's not for me to judge.
I can, Khajiit sees your judgment in your eyes. And so this is there's a pathway up here to the mine.
As far as I'm concerned, already know. But until we get that confirmed by General Tullis, just stay clear of other Imperial soldiers and avoid any complications.
And you see up there on the compass, little mine symbol, it's sort of hollowed. That just means that you haven't discovered it yet. If it's all white, like this, like the Guardian Stones back there, it means you found it, right? And so you can, this path, this one's a pretty easy like location if you wanted to find that. It's right up that path, but I'm going to skip it for right now. Sometimes you'll get sort of the radiant quests, the recurring quests that might send you there to clear it out on behalf of one of the Jarls. So it's a pretty common quest area. It's also a nice beginning area if you wanted to get a little bit more experience in some of your skills. Like I say, after a while, you just start to spot, like you just know. Oh.
What was that? Now you're lying. No.
I'm a little off kilter. Okay, so I saw one of the Luna moths, and you can wind up getting so sidetracked in this game, just running after these little moths and butterflies and all the plants and. I need to double check something. Okay. Left. You can run a little faster. Sprinting. They use the stamina. See my stamina bar go down. Same thing that uses your. So.
Things look quiet enough here. Come on, there's my uncle.
Some of the mods that I've seen done just really add
Feindal thinks
even.
Camilla Valerius
Uncle
away from
Alva,
me.
hello.
She's already mine, I keep telling him.
What are you doing? Are you on leave from shores, bones? What happened to you, boy?
Shh, Uncle, please. Keep your voice down. I'm fine, but we should go inside to talk.
What's going on? And who's this?
She's a friend. Saved my life, in fact. Come on, I'll explain everything, but we need to go inside.
Khajiit
Okay,
is no
okay,
one.
come inside.
Do not worry about
Sigrid will
Khajiit.
get you something to eat, and you can tell me all about it.
So yeah, we're gonna go down the steps to go back up the steps that we could have just walked along the, yeah. But you know, pathfinding and all of that, which is a challenge, right, for um, video game development. So now we're gonna have a little bit more conversation.
Sigrid, we have company.
Ah, yes. Lovely Skyrim physics in action.
Hrothgar, we've been so worried about you.
It's just a poltergeist or
Sit
something.
down and I'll get you something.
Don't worry about it.
Now then, boy, what's the big mystery? What are you doing here looking like you lost an argument with a cave bear?
I don't know where to start. You know I was assigned to General Tullius' guard. We were stopped in Helgan when we were attacked by a dragon.
A dragon? That's ridiculous. You aren't drunk, are you, boy?
No, but apparently the wine is. Try the
Much
wine.
more to tell. This dragon flew over and just wrecked the whole place. Mass confusion. I don't know if anyone else got out alive. I doubt I'd made it out myself if not for my friend here. I need to get back to Solitude and let them know what's happened. I thought you could help us out. Food, supplies, a place to stay.
Of course. Any friend of Hadvar's is a friend of mine. Glad to help however I can.
Khajiit is always happy
Like
to
I
have
said,
new friends.
Glad to help in any way I can. But I need your help. We need your help.
Ah, you give Khajiit stuff. I see. Oh, hunting brewed meat. Yes. And I'll take that. I'll take that. Khajiit will take so much good stuff.
The Jarl needs to know there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
We just took all your supplies, and I'm going to ask for more. So, you oftentimes have a lot of these conversation trees. They just add more depth to the character and the story, that sort of thing. This one, can I use your forge? It's going to be useful, because this can kind of lead... I mean, you can already craft just automatically. You don't have to go through this tutorial, but this is a nice little tutorial on how to...
I see no harm in it, if you have the skill. The grindstone will improve your weapons. Use the table to improve your armor. If you've got the raw materials, you can use the forge to make something new. Like I said, I'm glad to help in any way I can. Help yourself to whatever you need, within reason.
And then
Cross the river and then head north. You'll see it just past the falls.
cross the
When
river
you get to
the
Whiterun,
woods.
just keep going up. When you get to
The
the top of
Jarl's
the hill,
house we go.
you're at Dragon's Reach, the Jarl's palace. Jarl Balgruuf, he rules Whiterun Hold. A good man, perhaps a bit overcautious, but these are dangerous times. So far, he's managed to stay out of the war. I'm afraid he can't last. I don't think he likes either Ulfric or Ellison much.
And I think this is to say that he's going to stay neutral, so it's a, you know, if you get a house there, you'll probably be okay.
Of course, Skyrim has always been part of the Empire. That doesn't mean I support everything the Empire's been doing lately. But Nords have never been fair weather friends.
See, that's implied that there's, you know, folks, the Nords, there are Nords who do feel that the Empire has been good for them overall, you know, but recognizes that not everything the Empire does is the best. It's sort of that, you know, sort of middle of the road, you know, dynamic there.
Ah, I forget you're new to Skyrim. Jarl Elisif, I should say. Although only because she was married to Jarl Torik when he was murdered. Ulfric murdered Torik, you know. Walked right into his palace in solitude and killed him. Shouted him to death, if you believe the stories. That's what started this whole war. The Empire couldn't ignore that. Once the Jarls start killing each other, we're back to the bad old days. Gerda's family first settled here as woodcutters a few generations ago. She and Hod run the mill. I make a decent living sharpening axes and fixing the sawmill. People are rightly stirred up about the damn Thalmor being allowed to roam around arresting people, just for worshipping Talos. But was it worth tearing Skyrim apart and maybe destroying the Empire? No. Ulfric will have a lot to answer for in the end. Nords have always supported the Empire, and the Empire has always been good for Skyrim.
Yeah, so...
It's from that treaty that ended the Great War, remember? When the Emperor was forced by the Thalmor to outlaw Talos worship. We didn't pay much attention to it when I was a boy. Everyone still had their little shrine to Talos. But then, Ulfric and his sons of Skyrim started agitating about it. Sure enough, the Emperor had to crack down, dragging people off in the middle of the night. One of the main causes of this war, if you ask me.
Yeah, so, you know, it's sort of showing that there's some backstory to the conflict that's going on, and it has to do with, you know, the Empire and the Thalmor, which is basically the High Elves, had been in a conflict, and in order to you know, settle that, the Empire had to outlaw the worship of Talos, which in sort of Skyrim lore was and you'll find this, you know, you come across more stories of this later on, you know, an individual who, a human who sort of achieved godhood, and the Thalmor don't like this idea of, you know, humans getting too uppity about their station, in a way.
Hrothgar, did you really see a dragon? What did it look like? Did it have big teeth?
Hush.
Well, I'd better get some sleep. Don't mind me, though. You two make yourselves at home.
So he's going to go back outside, come back in to go to bed. So that's again, the characters have like
Really see a dragon?
times that they go
It's nice to
out
be back in a friendly spot, huh?
and are in the shops.
Listen, I'm going to lay up here for a
Papa
while.
says I'm too friendly
You
to
can make your own way
strangers.
to Solitude.
But you seem alright.
I'd recommend heading to Whiterun, just down the road from here. From there you can take a carriage to Solitude.
And so, depending on the time, some of the NPCs might not be happy with you being in their home. They might be okay. It's a cooking pot, so you can use this to make food, stuff like that. And you have different recipes and different effects. I'm gonna make some apple cabbage stew. Some cabbage stew. And that's all I can make. That is all that Khajiit can make. Oh yes. You leave coins out for Khajiit? Khajiit likes to play with coins. Dagger, thank you. Huh? Oh, thank you. And so I know that's
Can't wait to kill another Wolfric's boys.
reminded me that there's a level up that's available. Like in the really older versions of Skyrim, it sort of forced
Did you really
you
see a dragon?
to spend your level up right away.
Papa says I'm too friendly with strangers.
And then
You seem alright.
things that are like in the red, the steel, if somebody sees you, like you can get away with it if nobody sees you. And
What are you doing that for?
but if somebody sees you, then you start to get like a bounty on you. And so, like, so some of the NPCs will stay stagnant if they have a quest, and they'll stay stagnant
Faendal
for a
thinks
while.
he blew Camilla Valerius away from me. She's already mine, I keep telling
It's
you.
going to be one of my first quests in.
You look like a traveler. Someone that has seen faraway places and heard new stories.
I take it, Khajiit takes it that you have romantic troubles.
Camilla Valerius knows I'm the best man in Riverwood. That elf is kidding himself if he thinks she would choose him over me. I've seen him sneaking over to the Riverwood trader to speak with her when I'm not around. He's wasting his time.
Ah, Khajiit thinks that you are too worried about their relationship.
Is that sarcasm? I've heard better wisecracks from Ordinary. Still, you have a point. Camilla letting Faendal visit her isn't a good thing for me. Here, let me give you a particularly venomous letter. Say it's from Faendal. That should get Camilla to stop inviting the elf over.
Oh, yes. Khajiit will
I'd better
do
get
something special with this letter. So I'm actually going to side with the Wood Elf in this. It's simply because the Wood Elf actually can become a companion in this and also can act as a teacher. So purely for mercenary reasons. I mean, well, that, and I think that Sven's kind of a jerk. So this is where we're going to get our first, like, really big quest outside the main one here.
I said no. No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this. Oh, customer. Sorry you had to hear that.
Oh, you are a trader. Khajiit would like
I
to
don't know
trade.
what. The Riverwood Trader is everything you need in a general store.
What's happened?
Yeah, we did have a bit of a break-in.
Oh, those
Still have plenty to
thieves.
sell.
You cannot
But
trust
we're
them.
only after one thing. An ornament. Solid gold in the shape of a dragon's claw.
Oh, golden claw? I
Good.
shall help you get this
Got
back.
some coin coming in from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back. Now, if you're going to get those thieves, you should head to Bleak Falls Barrow, northeast of town. Yes. So now you don't have to go, do you?
Oh, really? Well, I think your new helper here needs a guide.
No, by the 8, fine, but only to the edge of town.
So I'm picking up this quest, and I'm going to go ahead and do it because it's actually tied eventually with the larger main quest, and we'll have to go to that anyway. So it's one of those that you might as well pick up, get it done, and that way when we get to Whiterun and are basically given a quest to retrieve an item from the same location, we don't have to backtrack. So I'm going to quit for now, and then we're going to sell some stuff and continue on. So remember, save often. Thank you.